My name is Sergiu, and I was voted fourth most attractive stand-up comedian in Romania by my girlfriend, and sixth by my mom. I just read in this morning's newspaper a title that said, "Child Trafficking, a problem for Romania." And I just want to say that that is not true. We're still doing a great job at child trafficking. But don't get the wrong idea. Not everybody in Romania is a criminal, though we have some dangerous places. I once did a show in a city, and we had a couple of people in the back that kept talking all around the show, and I said, "Please stop," and they wouldn't. And then again I said, "Please stop," and they wouldn't. I again said, "Stop it," and they did nothing. So at one point I said a joke about my girlfriend that talks too much. So I said, "My girlfriend won't shut her mouth, like you know who." And I looked in their direction. Then I hear from the back of the room a voice that said, "Yeah, but does she also carry a gun?" I got out alive to tell you these great jokes. When I was a kid, my mom loved boy bands, and she made me take a dance class. But I never got pretty good at, routine dancing, because I was always one step ahead. But my mom was a really nice girl, woman. When I was a kid, I was afraid of the dentist, so whenever we needed to go to the dentist, she pretended she also had a toothache and go in the room before I did, so I would see that nothing wrong would happen. But I used to peek through the keyhole and get even more scared, because I didn't know I wouldn't have to take my pants off too. But there's one thing I learned from my father. He was a drunk. He once said to me, "Don't ever make the same mistake I did. Especially, don't get your mom pregnant." Whenever I go to the toilet, I always lock the door, because whenever I take my pants off, my dog tries to lick my balls. And I don't want anybody to see that. Everything is about sex right now. Sex is all around us. We see sex on TV, we see sex on music videos. I guess we're soon gonna have discovery porn. They probably have shows like How You Were Made, Ass Busters, The Dog Fiddler with Cesar Millan. You know that moment you all try to open a bottle of water and accidentally you drop the cap on the floor, and there's a millisecond before the cap reaches the ground when you think, "Please God, let it fall face up so it doesn't get dirty." You know? Yesterday, my girlfriend fell down the stairs. Because she talks too much. I mean, she really talks a lot. One day I was driving down the highway when a huge storm started, and I couldn't see 2 feet in front of the car. I was doing 2 miles an hour, and she kept blabbering, like, "Blah, blah, blah, please stop, please let me in." And now she doesn't only talk too much, she also screams really loud when she's having sex. I mean, one time she woke me up. There's a piece of advice for the guys, something that I learned on my own. If you're ever having sex with your girlfriend and she says, "Please say something dirty to me, you bad boy," don't ever try to say, "the dishes." And she's a pretty jealous girl. She's really jealous. So whenever I say her name in bed, she makes me say her full name and her social security number. It's horrible. I once accidentally, when we were having sex, I yelled her mother's name. It was horrible. I mean, the look her father gave me. I really love my girlfriend. I think she's too good for me. She's smarter than me. She's more beautiful than me. She has more sex than me. She's not like my ex. You know that dreadful moment when you lose a loved one just because you didn't lock the trunk properly? My relationship with my ex was even more dramatic than Romeo and Juliet, because not only were her parents against this relationship, but so was she. She was smart. She was pretty smart. I really like a woman for her brains. That's why she needs to look good, so I can fuck her brains out. We were together for more than 4 years, but we still had sex often, and sometimes even consensual. You know those people that have been together for quite a while and they no longer say me or I, they always say we. We are doing that, we are going there, we are watching that. I guess in those couples, sometimes at night, the guy goes to his girlfriend and says, honey, how about tonight we suck some cock? Who here has been in a long-term relationship? Please give me a round of applause. Long-term relationship? Okay, we have a couple of people. You probably know, you certainly know, that if you've been together with a girl for quite a while, there's no longer enough just to say, I love you. She wants more and more. And she starts asking all kinds of questions. One thing my girlfriend asked me, if I lost a leg, would you still love me? Obviously, my answer was, no. But I'd still do you one more time just to brag about it. After being in a relationship for a while, you start getting bored, and we started doing all sorts of role play. One time she was the nurse, and I was the patient. And when she took my pants off, she said I should see a pediatrician. Another time she was the prostitute, and I was the client. I mean, it was too real. She once said to me that I have the most beautiful penis in the whole wide world. But that doesn't say as much about me as it does about her and her past. Oh, and by the way, girls, did you know that you can tell the size of a man's penis by looking at his cock? When I was with her, my sexual position was banging her between the tits from behind. Just joking. It's small. Really. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be doing stand-up, you know? I'd be in the audience. We did break up. You know that the #1 cause for breaking up is money, followed only closely by infidelity? That means that if a man finds out his girlfriend is banging someone else, he'd be more upset that she did not charge him than with the fact that she fucked someone else. We didn't break up because of money or infidelity. We broke up because she said I never buy her anything. She said, you never buy me any presents. So one day I bought a card, and on the cover it said, you are an angel. And on the inside I wrote, for me, you don't exist. We stayed friends. Since then, she started having sex with me too. I don't think men and women can be friends. I think the only difference between a friend and a lover for a woman is 2 glasses of wine. Some of you might think after this show that I'm a bit of a misogynist, but I am not. I really don't hate women, but I really hate feminists. You know, women that want to prove that they're capable of things, that they could do it. So whenever a feminist does not want to suck me off, I say to her, take it as a challenge. Last thing for tonight. You know how you can tell when a woman orgasms? You can see it on her face. And you know how you can tell when a man orgasms? Well, that's it for me tonight. Thank you. I'm Sergiu. Good night.